El Clásico is one of the biggest events in sports history. It's a legendary match between two Spanish football giants, FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. El Clásico is renowned for its fantastic goals, fierce brawls, and passionate supporters. The vicious rivalry between the two clubs promotes an atmosphere of absolute loathing among the teams and among the fans. Over 500 million people from all around the world tune in to watch El Clásico, but many people are unaware of the illustrious history behind the El Clásico rivalry. For many Spanish citizens, El Clásico is more than just a game. The rivalry between Spain's two most successful clubs has an intense social, political, and cultural agenda that dates back to the Spanish Civil War of the 1930s, and both clubs have been greatly influenced by the fascist regime that emerged in the aftermath. Spain's fascist government had many encounters with Barcelona and Real Madrid, and the exchange between the government and the two clubs deepened the significance of El Clásico. It was 1899 when FC Barcelona was founded in Barcelona, the capital city of Catalonia. Just 3 years later, Real Madrid was founded in Madrid, the capital city of Spain. Both clubs were successful in their individual campaigns in their early days. They occasionally played against each other in La Liga, the top professional league in Spain, and in the Copa del Rey, the King's Cup. The exchange between the two clubs was heated and competitive, but it was nothing compared to what it would become later. The outbreak of the Spanish Civil War inevitably changed the relationship between FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. In July 1936, a coup was planned by nationalists to overthrow the Second Spanish Republic and gain complete control of Spain. Ultimately, the coup failed and a civil war began between the right-wing nationalists and the left-wing Republicans. General Franco became the leader of the nationalists and united them under Spain's fascist party. He would go on to lead the nationalists to victory against the Republicans in 1939. During the 3 years of war, Franco received support from the likes of Hitler and Mussolini. Germany and Italy supplied Franco's troops with ammunition, tanks, and planes. It was Mussolini's forces that aided Franco with bombing the city of Barcelona in 1938. There were approximately 3,000 casualties as a result of the air raid. Barcelona would not be captured until January 1939, when Franco launched a major offensive attack on the Catalan city. Catalonia was one of the last areas that Franco captured. This led to extreme pressure on the Republican forces, and eventually they surrendered Madrid to the nationalists in late March. The war ended on April 1, 1939. General Francisco Franco was in control of Spain until his death in 1975. During this time of internal war, Spanish football was greatly affected. On August 6, 1936, Josep Sunyol, the president of Football Club Barcelona, was murdered by Franco's forces while he was visiting Republican troops. Sunyol was a known Republican and his death caused an uproar. At that crucial turning point, Sunyol became a martyr for the club and for Catalonia. During the 1930s, FC Barcelona was already becoming a symbol of Catalonia. The people used FC Barcelona as a channel to express their Catalan identity. Before the war, Catalonia was an autonomous province of Spain that supported the Republican cause. After Franco took control, he ended their autonomy and suppressed Catalan nationalism. The Catalan flag was banned from the public, use of the Catalan language was outlawed, and most Catalan culture was strictly prohibited. All that was left was football. Preceding the Spanish Civil War, Real Madrid had ties to the Spanish monarchy under King Alfonso XIII, who granted them the title of Real, which means royal in English. However, after Franco seized control of Spain, Real Madrid began to identify with Franco's regime. General Franco was an ardent fan of football, and he aligned himself and his administration with Real Madrid. He not only loved the club, but he also loved what the club symbolized. Real Madrid overall represented Franco's Spain, the strength of Madrid, the strength of centralized Spain, and the strength of a homogeneous and traditional identity. Real Madrid became the dictator's team, or the regime team, and they were rewarded with favored treatment by the government. The Spanish Professional Football League was put on hiatus until the end of the war. When the league was resumed, the two clubs were completely transformed. FC Barcelona became a representation of the Catalan freedom fighters, and Real Madrid were the symbol of Franco's centralized regime. In 1943, just 4 years after the end of the Spanish Civil War, Barcelona and Madrid faced off in the semifinal of the Copa del Rey, which was renamed the Copa del Generalissimo in honor of General Franco. The semifinal was played over 2 matches, and the team with the most overall goals would move on to the cup final. Barcelona won the cup in 1942, and they won the first game of the semifinals 3-0 over Real Madrid. However, during the return match, things took a turn for the worst. June 13, 1943, Barcelona were defeated by Madrid in a striking 11-1 loss. After the first half of the game, the Barcelona squad were losing 8-0. They were absolutely incensed by Madrid's rough style of play and the referee's questionable calls. The team refused to go back onto the pitch at halftime until a regime official went to Barcelona's dressing room and threatened them. There are many different accounts of what actually happened during halftime. According to the numerous accounts and reports, the official could have been a bribed referee who outright ordered them to lose, or an armed policeman who threatened them with prison. It was Fernando Argila, the reserve goalkeeper for Barcelona at the time, who stated that there was no rivalry until that game. Real Madrid moved on to the cup final against Athletic Bilbao, but lost the game 1-0. 10 years after the controversial semifinal, another scandalous event occurred between the two clubs regarding the transfer of Alfredo Di Stefano. In the year 1953, the Argentinian football player Alfredo Di Stefano was signed by both FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. FC Barcelona signed Di Stefano from River Plate, the team that owned his rights. Simultaneously, Real Madrid signed Di Stefano from Millonarios, the team that he was playing for at the time. Both clubs claimed ownership over Di Stefano, but FIFA was unaware of the dissent and signed the transfer in favor of Barcelona. Di Stefano moved to Barcelona and began to play with the team. When this was discovered, the Spanish Football Federation refused the transfer of Di Stefano to Spain and banned all transfers from foreign countries. During the fiasco, Madrid achieved a consensus with both River Plate and Millonarios. Because Real Madrid had this advantage over Barcelona, the federation allowed Madrid to claim the rights to Di Stefano. Franco's role in this transfer disaster has often been fabricated. There are stories that say Franco directly involved himself in the transfer and bribed numerous officials. Whether this is true or not, Franco did utilize his political power over the Spanish Football Federation to grant favors to Real Madrid. It was obvious that Real were Franco's preferred team, and the federation only allowed Di Stefano's transfer when it was evident that Madrid would end up with the player. Di Stefano proved to be a crucial part of Madrid's team. 2 weeks after he signed for Madrid, Di Stefano played in his first El Clásico. Real Madrid won 5-0 with Di Stefano scoring 4 against Barcelona. He was a true game changer for Madrid from his arrival in 1953 to his departure in 1964. Di Stefano would go on to score over 300 goals and win 17 trophies for Real. Due to the enormous success of the club and Di Stefano, Franco attended many Real Madrid matches during the 1950s and 60s. The politics and ideologies he infused within the team showcased his control and his dominance in Spain. While Real Madrid dominated, Barcelona struggled. However, during the late 1960s, General Franco's health was slowly declining. In 1969, he announced that Juan Carlos, the grandson of King Alfonso XIII, would succeed him after his death. Franco believed that Juan Carlos was a Francoist and would continue his conservative administration. However, after Franco's death in 1975, Juan Carlos reverted Spain back to its democratic monarchy. During this period of transition, FC Barcelona was moving into a period of success. In 1973, Dutch player Johan Cruyff made a transfer to Barcelona. Cruyff could have moved to Madrid, but he told the press that he did not want to play for a team associated with Franco. In February 1974, a few months after his transfer, Cruyff scored a goal in Barcelona's 5-0 win over Real Madrid. He would go on to lead the team to the Spanish league title and start Barcelona's era of success. When Franco died in November 1975, Spaniards mourned and Catalans rejoiced. A month after his death, Barcelona won a 2-1 victory over Real Madrid. The Barcelona supporters smuggled in thousands of banned Catalan flags and waved them in victory. When Franco's establishment collapsed, FC Barcelona offered support to the democratic movement and reinforced their ties to the Catalan identity. Franco's regime not only began the rivalry between FC Barcelona and Real Madrid, but its encounters with the teams also fueled the rivalry and increased the significance of El Clásico to Spaniards and Catalans of the past and present. The exchange between the fascist government and the teams has made El Clásico more than just a game. It becomes a war between two identities.
Los Blancos versus Blaugrana is no mere game of football. It contrasts identity, character, heritage, the very souls of Spain's two biggest cities.